All right, yes, lads, how we doing? It is the long-awaited Q&A. I have my health potion here as well, which I'll be revealing the ingredients for you guys very soon, only inside of the school, so stay tuned for that. Lovely detox drink. Also today, I was out shopping with my girlfriend in Boots. Boots is kind of like a, I don't know, what would you say it is? Cosmetic store? Makeup? They have Boots everywhere. You guys should know what Boots is. Anyway, I was out shopping with Boots, that's beyond the point. And I was kind of zoned out for a minute. I was looking at like hair products and deodorants and stuff while I was waiting for my girlfriend to shop. And there was two guys leaning over the other aisle. So there's like a shelf of all the products on it, and then there was the other aisle on the other side. And these two guys were leaning over, and they were like, I made eye contact with one of them, and he was like, "Are you Luke Spurgeon?" I was like, "Yeah. Where do I know you from?" Initially, I thought, oh, I might just know them from the gym that I used to go to back in the day. And I walked over to them, shook the hand, whatever, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I know you from YouTube." I was like, "No way." And he was like, "Yeah, I used to watch your videos when you were walking through the forest and things like that." I was like, "Oh, that's sick, mate, proper OG." It's crazy. I'm famous now, boys. I'm famous. This has happened to me like 6 times now. It's happened in the gym twice, actually. It's happened in different gyms. It's happened in the club. It's happened here. Crazy, man, crazy. So we are officially getting to the famous level. We just hit 20k on YouTube as well, and I'm already, at the time of recording this video, I think I hit 20k like, I don't know, yesterday. I'm losing track of time, bro. It's going so quick. And then I woke up today, and now I'm on 20.5. So we're growing very fast. The videos are popping off. The school is getting some traction. And I thought, you know what? Time to do the Q&A. So I'm going to be freestyling this. Obviously, I've not prepared any answers in advance. I'm literally going to scroll in real time and just go through all the comments and see some of the best ones, see some of the most valuable ones that I think I could help you guys with, ones that would apply to the majority of you. And obviously, if you do have any personalized questions, you can message me at any point inside of the school. But let's crack on. So let's see. We got any upcoming plans for more rewards during the higher levels of this school, 8 onwards, etc. So yeah, I'm going to be doing giveaways. I'm going to be doing free gifts. I'm going to be doing more video courses as well, potentially. There's certain things I'm going to, I guess, exclude to the higher level individuals inside of this school, but I'm not going to reveal too much what that is. But all I'm going to say is keep your eyes peeled in the next couple of months. I do have some massive plans that I've noted down in my notebook over there in terms of ways I can reward you guys for getting to those level 7 plus kind of levels. So I won't touch too much on that topic, but we do have some plans coming very, very soon. So just keep an eye out for that. Bro, this absolutely clears me out. I went to the sauna and I went to the gym and then sprinted back up these apartment stairs because we're on like the 8th floor. And I'm drinking this and it's literally clearing out my sinuses. Look, you can see at the bottom, there's a little sneak peek. I'll tell you guys what that is inside of the school in a separate video. But yeah, we'll see. Level 8 onwards, I think I'll be doing some like free coaching sessions as well on top of that. So we shall see. What, in your opinion, is the most valuable piece of content you've ever put out? Luke is coming in with the banging questions here, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, you guys killed it with these questions. I really, really like them. I just had to scroll through, smashing them. So in terms of the most valuable piece of content I've ever put out, that is a very good question, and I honestly couldn't answer it. I couldn't give you one answer because there's so many gems, there's so many bangers. I oftentimes go back and watch my own videos just for like research purposes, and I hear the stuff I was saying even a year ago. I'm like, bro, this is literally life-changing. The one that comes to mind though when you ask that question, there is a video, and I think it's titled something like the 5 steps to quit pornography. And obviously it's got some fucking random bitch from Google Images in the thumbnail with her tits out and a picture of me meditating. So you guys can go find that if you just type in Luke Spurgeon pornography. That is one of the best videos you will ever watch when it comes to quitting porn. Honestly, it's absolutely incredible. That is up there with the video courses inside of this school. It's nearly on the same value level with the video courses you guys are paying for. That's how good it is. So yeah, man, definitely check that out. A guide on habit building would be sick. Not sure if we've got that yet. So habit building is very simple. Obviously, I'm freestyling these. I would love to go a bit more in depth one day. But just off the top of my head, to build habits, you just simply need to ingrain it within your mind. Now, the way you do that is through repetition and it's through consistent action. Just like every single day you brush your teeth with a certain hand, like you'll use a certain hand to brush your teeth with, or you'll tie your shoelaces with a certain hand, or you'll put one shoe on one foot before the other one. All of these things that you do without thinking about it, right? The hand you use to drink water with, all of these like bare basic stuff, you have to identify, why are they habits? Why are these things that I just do? That's just a part of me. It's a part of how I do things. Why is that? It's because at some point in your life, there was a first time that you did that. And then for that point onwards, you just did it the exact same way over and over again. So if you want to build a habit, for example, your habit of going to the gym, or your habit of doing business work, or your habit of, eating healthy, if you want to make these things habits, you've got to focus on the small wins first. And this is with anything. You could build up good habits while you're doing Forex trading. It could be literally any aspect of life. So build up the small wins, because small wins are easier to obtain. And because they're easier to obtain, you can obviously repeat them more often. So you want to get healthier, you want to get in better shape, build up the habit of just doing 50 push-ups every single morning, right? Start off with 10 push-ups, then do 20, then do 30, then do 40. Before you know it, you're banging out 50 every morning. That's really, really good, right? But you have to start small with the small wins and slowly build it up. So I'm going to make this like a quick fire Q&A as well. I don't want to waste too much of your time. It's not really a waste, obviously, because you're getting as much information as possible, but I just want to fire through these. So this is a good one. Marcus asks, an idiot's guide to crypto, how to buy, sell, where to keep the money, what apps to have. So I'll walk this through step by step. Let's say you want to learn how to buy crypto, some essential apps that you must have on your phone in order to purchase crypto. Number one is an app called Coinbase. So that's Coinbase, okay? It's a blue app, you can go find that. That's like one of the most popular ones to just simply buy practically every crypto, and then you can send it from that Coinbase app to different applications of your choice. So Coinbase, number one. Number two, Phantom Wallet. Phantom Wallet is where, I told you guys to buy those meme coins and things like that. That's another very good one as well. So this is just in terms of what applications to have, right? Coinbase, Phantom Wallet. You want to have 1inch. So there's literally an app called 1inch. Yeah, go and download that. It's got a picture of, I think it's like a horse or something. Some black background, like a animated horse head. Go buy that. Go purchase that. You don't have to purchase it, it's free, but go acquire that application onto your phone. So Coinbase, Phantom Wallet, 1inch, purchase crypto is what I meant to say on those applications. Usually what you'll do, the simplest way I can explain it to you, is on Coinbase, you will buy a certain crypto, for example, Bitcoin, okay, or Ethereum, and then you will then send a share if you wanted to. This is more advanced now, but let's say you buy Bitcoin, you now own, a Bitcoin, you own a percentage of Bitcoin, right? So, because obviously you're not gonna buy one Bitcoin for like 45K, or 50K if you're talking dollars, 60K dollars, whatever. But you go onto Coinbase, you purchase whatever crypto you want on Coinbase, the application. You literally just put like $100 in, buy Bitcoin, for example, and then you just keep it in the application. So that is how you buy it. Very, very simple. Just download the app Coinbase, go on there, fill out any details it requires for you, like the identification and your address and all the other shit. Put your card details in, buy whatever crypto you choose, and then just simply keep it there. That is how you store crypto, right? So when I talk to you guys about, places to store your money, I don't recommend you store it on Coinbase. It's a bit too regulated. Like, they can trace you quite easily there. If you're obviously trying to be untraceable, Coinbase is not the place to store it. But Coinbase is like the easiest one to use. So I recommend, if any of you guys are new to crypto, you buy crypto on Coinbase. And then if you want, you can transfer those funds over to applications such as Phantom Wallet or 1inch. Okay, there's plenty of different ones as well. You can also buy crypto on the Revolut app. I highly recommend every single one of you, if you can, if you're in a country that allows it, download the Revolut app. Revolut is kind of like a digital banking app. So it's not got a physical location in the real world. It's purely based online. So it's really, really good. And it also has a built-in crypto purchasing system. It's one of the easiest crypto systems I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so good. So I actually have crypto stored on Revolut as well. So in terms of buying it, just download, you need a crypto wallet. So Coinbase or Coinbase Wallet or Phantom Wallet or 1inch Wallet. You need something to actually purchase and store the crypto on. Coinbase is the easiest for that. In terms of selling it, same process. When you're on the application, you just click on the assets that you own. So let's say you own $100 of Bitcoin and you wanted to sell it because now it's gone to $200 and you've made $100 profit. You would click on the Bitcoin asset. It's very simple. Like when you download the app and see it for yourself, you'll be able to navigate it. And obviously, if you have any extra questions, just message me on school. I'll be happy to help. I do this all the time. And in terms of selling, you click on the asset, it'll give you an option to literally just sell it. Some of the applications might not be that simple. You might have to convert it to Great British Pounds or USD. You have to convert it to your fiat currency. So a fiat currency is basically just anything that you use to spend in the real world, like in society, like Great British Pound, US dollar, the euro, that's all a fiat currency. So if you own Bitcoin and you want to sell it and take your profits, you convert or swap, because different apps use different terminology. You swap the Bitcoin into the fiat currency and then you have taken the profits, because that fiat currency isn't going to go up and down. It will stay secured at the same value. And then from there, you simply just withdraw it via Coinbase to your main bank account, right? Where to keep the money is completely up to you, but I'll just give you some recommendations in terms of where I keep my money, purely based on crypto. So I have a Revolut crypto account. I keep it in the Revolut crypto. I keep it in Phantom Wallet for meme coins and things like that, and just various other cryptos as well. I keep it in 1inch, and I split my crypto money into various different 1inch wallets. So on the 1inch app, you can create multiple crypto wallets to store your money in. That also makes it a lot harder for you to be traced. And if one wallet gets hacked or blocked or whatever, you've got another one, you're completely fine. So I split mine up into like 20 different wallets, bro. It's just impossible. No one's hacking me, no one's finding me. So yeah, that is in terms of where to keep it. You literally just hold it on the app itself. So on Coinbase, on Phantom Wallet, in Bitcoin, whatever, because the value of these cryptocurrencies are going to be going up constantly, practically forever, right? Because naturally, as inflation rises, people need something else that's backed more against inflation rather than just the fiat currency like the US dollar, because that's going to go down in value as inflation goes up. So you can also on Revolut and certain other stocks and shares apps like Trading 212. So Trading 212 is another good one. You can buy stocks and shares. You can buy company, or you can own a percentage of a company such as Apple or Nvidia or Microsoft or any of these big tech companies you guys heard of. You can obviously just invest into practically any stock, Starbucks if you wanted to, whatever. So yeah, that's completely up to you as well. That's another good one to just consider. I have some gold that I've purchased on certain apps like that as well, XAU, so that's another good one to have. We've got some more replies to that, see if there's anything else. Cool. I hope that answers your question though. You just basically, to summarize that, how to buy, sell, and where to keep the money. You want to go to the App Store, download a crypto wallet. I recommend Coinbase because it's the most simple one for you to use when you're just getting started. And then obviously on Coinbase, you just click on an asset that you want to buy, like Bitcoin. You just press buy and it will simply do the rest for you, right? Once you have owned that asset, it will tell you in the assets category what you own and how much you have of that certain asset. If you want to sell it, you just click on it, you swap it into Great British Pounds or US dollars, depending where you're from, or euros, whatever. You then own it in a normal fiat currency. Okay, so that's your money now. It's not going to go up and down. It's not going to, appreciate or depreciate in value. It's going to stay the exact same because it's in the fiat currency. Then you're going to simply just withdraw it from the US dollar, the Great British Pound, or the euro, or whatever else, into your main bank account, and that's how you do it. I hope that makes sense. If you do have any more questions about that topic in particular, I'd love to help you. Just message me in the school. We got a bit of a spiritual question here. How to not take life too seriously. How do you just let go on a subconscious level? So, a couple of things I want to say about this. Understand that everything's temporary, number one. I'll kind of fire through these, right? Everything's temporary. So literally everything that you go through at some point will end. Whether it's good or bad, at some point it will have an ending point and it will be gone. So appreciate all the good shit and understand that all the bad shit is either there to teach you a lesson or just man you up a little bit. It's there to toughen you up, right? So kind of just enjoy it. Enjoy the waves of life. Enjoy the ups and downs. Enjoy all of it. And realize that it's only negative or positive if you decide to give it that label. If my dog dies, I don't even have a dog, but I always use this example. I'm sorry for you guys that have dogs, putting this image in your brain. But if my dog dies, you can look at it and think, oh, well, life's shit. And you're taking it really seriously and thinking, yeah, my dog's just died. Fuck this world, blah, blah, blah. And you're looking at it and viewing it as a negative, then it will be negative. Your focus, naturally, your subconscious mind will pick out things that confirm that bias. So it's literally funny how you are manifesting your life in real time. If I look at my dog, my hypothetical dog dying, and I say that's negative, my brain, my subconscious will look at reasons for why it's negative to confirm its own bias. Sorry, but I just spat on you there. Because the ego loves to be fulfilled. It loves to be right. So instead what we do is we just flip it on its head. Your dog died, right? Okay, it doesn't feel very nice. It's not emotionally a nice thing to go through. I feel negative emotions, but it can be a positive situation. It can be, a wake-up call for me to be more grateful for the things I appreciate in my life. It can be a wake-up call for me to reflect on things that I have been through and, smile about them. I'm grateful for all the memories I had with my dog, for example. It could be a positive in terms of it builds up mental resilience. It shows you the realities of the world, and now you're more equipped of dealing with them. You've built up a stress tolerance. You're more emotionally strong and resilient to things now. That's a positive. So now if you just flip the way you label these things, your mind is looking out for reasons why it's positive rather than negative. That then keeps you in a good cycle. It allows you to detach from the event itself and from life itself and not be so emotionally involved. I will also say as well, in terms of taking it just not too seriously, honestly, this kind of comes with experience. There's not really I think about this often because I've sat in the sauna before and I was thinking, I'm in such a good position in my life now where, negativity used to really get to me. It used to really affect me, ruin my day, bro. Any bad thing that happened, it would ruin my whole day. It put me in such a low vibration for the rest of the day. Now it's like negativity doesn't even exist to me. I don't even care anymore. It's like I'll just flow through it. It literally means nothing. Even with the positives as well, I'm completely almost detached. I wouldn't say go this far with it because I have to literally sit and remind myself sometimes of how good my life is just so I can feel positive emotion, right? But in terms of your question, how to detach and let things flow, it really is just a mindset you build up over time. So whenever something happens to you, just remind yourself, everything's temporary. You'll always adapt. This is another important point, right? 1 minute. Honestly, bro, I don't understand how I talk so much. No wonder I'm a YouTuber. It's the perfect job for me. I just talk for hours on end, and I don't even realize it. So, adaptation. You got a scientific term called hedonic adaptation, which is usually used for things that give you dopamine, such as drugs, alcohol, sex, etc. Anything that gives you a quick spike in dopamine, you naturally adapt to it. So that's why alcoholics become alcoholics, because you drink a certain amount, you build up tolerance, your dopamine receptors, they adapt to it. So then you have to drink more to get the same high again. That's why people get addicted to this kind of shit. Now, the same principle applies to anything in life. Cold showers, you take cold showers, long enough time frame, you're gonna get used to it. You have to go into the ice to feel the same level of endorphins and dopamine here. Let's say exercise. You go to the gym, you lift a certain amount of weight for a certain amount of time, your body adapts to it, and so does your mind. Let's say we'll flip it on the negative side of things. Let's say, God forbid, you lost your legs, and now you are, what's the word? An amputee, I guess. I don't fucking know. But you know what I mean. You've lost your legs now. You can't walk ever again. That's obviously really, really bad, right? That's very negative. But you know what? The two things I want you to remember is you're either going to adapt to life. No matter what happens, you will adapt to it and you'll get used to it and it will become your new normal and you'll learn to just thrive in that new situation. Or the only other option, if you don't adapt to it, is you die. That's it. It's you're either going to adapt or you're going to die. That's the only two options of life. Because on a long enough time frame, your body and mind cannot sustain something that it doesn't adapt to. So I would say, in terms of just detaching from life, realize that all this shit you're worried about, bro, all these things you're stressing about, they don't even matter. They actually don't, because one day you're going to be dead. So, and I'm not saying I'm perfect at this. I'm not saying I never stress. I do stress quite a lot. And I learn to tone it down. I learn to breathe. I learn to breathe deeply and keep myself relaxed and bring myself back to the present and have outlets for that stress, like boxing or push-ups or the gym or the sauna, whatever. But for the most part, yeah, I don't know, it's weird because I'm trying to get in deep into my subconscious now because I do operate like this. I really just don't care about things. My world could be completely falling apart and I'll be like, I'll be all right. I'll be fine. I'll find a way through it. It's I trust so indefinitely in myself and in the universe that this is all part of the process. Maybe that's delusion, but it helps me. It helps me just enjoy my life and it helps me get through things. So I'll take that delusion over worrying about shit any day, right? I would just say presence is a big thing as well. Just be present in the moment. Because a lot of the time you're going to be worrying about things that could happen in the future, but they haven't even happened yet. So if you remain present, it's well, right now my life is fine. I'm all right. So let me just enjoy it. You know, I hope that helps you anyway, bro. I hope those tips help you. I could go a little bit more in depth with that. I'm just firing through these, but this is a really good one. I think this is the most liked one on the Q&A comment section. So let me go through this. Luke, you asked a banging question here, my bro. If you had literally £0 to your name right now with no social media following, no digital footprint, nothing, what would you do to make that first bit of cash? Let's say you do reselling stuff you don't use or need. How would you take that to the next level? Because you can only make so much this way while starting out. Okay, so what would I do if I had literally no money, no status, no connections? Let's assume I had the knowledge, because obviously I have to teach you the knowledge if I had it, but let's just assume I'm starting right now with nothing. I have no money, no connections, no business, no momentum. I'm literally ground zero, practically homeless. What can I do right now? First of all, I would acquire an internet connection. Let's hope I'm not that broke. I'm not that, strung out. Let's say I've got an internet connection and a phone, which all of you guys do clearly if you're watching this right now. What I would do straight away, we mentioned the reselling thing here. The first thing you can do to make quick cash today is look around your house, look at the things you don't use anymore and sell it. That's number one, because that just gets you into the mindset of entrepreneurship. Even if you're getting like a £10 sale on some book or something, that's quite generous. But, let's say you just sold a t-shirt for £10, you don't use it anymore. Cool, £10, you are £10 richer, you're £10 more in the flow than you were before. That's something. Obviously, I'm not going to just give you that advice and fuck off because that's not good enough, right? But what I would start to do is look at people that are already established and find a way that I can provide value to their life in order to get paid from it. So what I mean by that is the reason you need an internet connection and a phone is because you're going to utilize the internet to get paid, okay? This is honestly the best way. I do this every single time. If I went broke right now and I had no connections, I had no business, because that's the thing, right? I get paid because of the things I've built. But if I had none of the things that I've built and I had to start again, and I didn't want to wait another 1 to 2 years to build the things that I have, then I would just simply look at other people that are already established, fitness coaches, YouTubers, influencers, some guy that's selling a dating video course, and I would find a way that I can provide value to his life and get paid for it. So copywriting is a really good one a lot of you guys can do. Copywriting is so simple. Just as long as you're not a retard, as long as you can type words grammatically correctly on a screen and you know how to speak basic English, and you kind of have a brief understanding of human psychology, which you can get for free by Googling it. This is what I'm saying from starting from ground zero. Google the skills, the information, the knowledge that you need to just give you that little bit of leverage so you can come and find someone that's already established on social media. I would scour Instagram 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, and just DM everyone. I'd go through YouTube channels, I'd go through all social media, I'd go on the internet, I would reach out, I'd put so much action out into the world and just find and think and find ways that I could just start printing some money as soon as possible. The easiest way to do it is find someone that's already established, find a way you can help them. So you could do copywriting for them, or you can save them a lot of time by doing that. You can improve their sales page or checkout page from ground zero just by saying, listen, I've noticed that you've got this, wouldn't you like to have more sales, blah, blah, blah. I can do that for you. I can save the stress and headache. Boom, even if you work for free for like a week for one guy, build up a bit of a rapport, a bit of trust for him. Eventually he's going to realize you actually know what you're talking about and you're quite good at it. Then he's going to start paying you. So that's one way you could do it, is just find something that you are already good at. And instead of building it from ground zero for your own YouTube channel, find someone else that is already established and then see how you can offer your skills and your assets to his business to improve his business, get him more sales, but also get you paid at the same time. That's one of the easiest things you can do, because I've had guys that are 17 years old, they've never made any money before, but they've come to me and said, hey Luke, I've been practicing video editing for like a year now, I'm really good at it. Can I show you some work for free? Obviously, I'm not going to say no to that. Yeah, sure. You've edited one of my videos. I'd love to see it. Go on then, mate. Send it across. They send it to me. It's actually really good because he's put effort into it. I then look at it and think, right, have you ever done this before? He says, no, but I'm willing to work for free. I'll say, let's fuck that. Your videos are really good. I will pay you for it. Let's go. So he there has come in with no experience, no money. All he's done is just harnessed the skill and sold that skill to me to benefit my life some way. Saves me time, I don't have to edit my own videos, right? It speeds things up in terms of the consistency I can get things out at. So he's saving me time, I would happily pay him for that. So on the flip side of it, if I had nothing right now, I would do that, number one. Number two, I just look at my assets. I just see where I was in the world, who was I as a person, what could I offer to the marketplace in terms of things that people would buy. And we talk about the adult entertainment industry exclusively in this school. That's something that some of you guys could do, right? It's something you could get into. Let's say you have a woman in your life or some women in your life. Let's say you're a single man, you're running around with all these hoes. Put them to good use, bro. You know what I mean? So there's so many opportunities that you have to start thinking like a businessman. That's my main point though. You have to look around the world. Coffee shops in person, do they have a website? Maybe you could improve their website and get paid for it. Because you have no testimonials and no previous experience, you'd have to work or volunteer to help them out of the kindness of your own heart first. But once they realize you are good at what you do, then they'd happily pay you to keep it going again, because they ain't going to go back to normal after they've seen what you could do for them, right? So to answer your question, bro, if I had nothing right now, I would start with the reselling just to get, a bit of cash, even if it's a little bit, just something. I would then start to reach out to different entrepreneurs, influencers, businesses in the real world as well, and see what skills and assets I could offer to them to make their life easier, and see what kind of paycheck I can get. Even if I had to start with like £100 for a 30-day period, that's dog shit, but it's something, right? It gives you that experience, it gives you testimonials, it gives you previous work so you understand how to work with clients, etc. That is honestly one of the best ways you can get paid nowadays. Social media, really, really utilize it. Even if you mentioned here, no social media following, you don't have to have a massive following. You just need to know what you're talking about. And you just need to show that you can provide results. My video editor that I used to work with, the first ever one I used to work with, I used to pay him £500 a month to do 30 videos for me, a video a day over the course of a month, right? And I pay him $500 a month for that. That's decent, especially where he lived. And he had like 13 Instagram followers. But you know what he did? He reached out to me and he said, hey, Luke, I think he commented on one of my videos first, but then he messaged me on Instagram. This guy has no following, like no previous work. All he did to me was he sent me a video of my own video that he edited and said, hey, I could do more of this for you if you wanted to. Yeah, go on then, why not? And then it spiraled into a relationship. A lot of it, in terms of you getting paid, is just being a likable person. So I would actually say spend your time while you're broke, investing and working on yourself. Improve your communication skills, improve your knowledge about businesses and how the world works, how finances work. Improve your charisma, improve your body language, improve your physique. That is something people take really seriously. If you walk in the room and you're a fat shit and you say, yeah, I can get your business to 10K per month, you can't even get yourself out of flab. How are you going to get my business to 10K per month, right? So having a good physique, or at least just looking healthy, you don't have to be a bodybuilder or nothing like that. I would actually advise just staying lean. That's honestly probably more, people take that more seriously than just some steroid head, right? So just be healthy, stay lean, keep yourself nice and defined, look like you work out, walk with confidence, shoulders back, chest out, head up straight, speak like you are a figure of authority. And people will take you seriously naturally just by doing that. So that's very important. Who you are, honestly, is practically like 90% of it. You could be one of the best video editors in the world, but if I don't like you, for whatever reason, I'm just not going to work with you. Of course I'm not, because your energy just brings me down. But I've got guys in my, I wouldn't say network, so to speak, because I don't talk to them regularly, but I have guys that message me and they support my content and they reach out to me, and they offer no value to my life at all. They're just simply supporters, they're just simply fans of mine, but I love their energy. I love the way they speak, I love the way they see the world, I love the way they carry themselves as individuals. I like the way they dress. They're always presentable, they're dressing sharp, and I think, you know what, if I was to pick anyone, if you had some skills, I would hire you in an instant just because I like who you are. So it's the skill side of things, which you can practically do quite quickly if you just educate yourself on how the businesses work and what it is they would look for. So what would I look for? Ask yourself this question right now. You have no money in the bank, you have no social media following, no one knows who you are, and you want to start getting paid. Look at my business that I own, the School of Life, and ask yourself, what could you bring to my school, to my company, that I would happily pay you for? Could you save me time? Put yourself in my shoes, right? 22-year-old entrepreneur, 6 different income streams, 2 different companies to run, a girlfriend to keep happy, a family to look after, right? All of these things going on, all these things to think about constantly, right? What can you do to make my life easier that I would happily pay you for? Because money is not an issue for these kind of guys, right? It's other things. It's like time to spend with the girlfriend, or it's freedom, or, it's stress release. If you can find a way to do these with your skills and with your, just likability, they will happily pay you. That is what I would say. Obviously, there are some other things you could do, like, you could start a webcam industry, like off from ground zero. If you've got women in your life, you could definitely do that. Fuck it, you can do it by yourself, bro. There's plenty of women on the internet that also probably pay to see you. Plenty of gay guys as well, man. It depends how open-minded you are, bro, but there's some good money in that. So honestly, like, if I'm being completely honest with you, because we're inside of the school, what would I do if I had no money? With the knowledge that I've got, though, on how business works and how money can be generated, you know what I would do? I would jump straight onto webcam. I'd jump straight into the adult entertainment industry, and I just use that as a way to leverage myself to make money until I had enough leverage and maybe free time to then start doing the social media side of things in terms of reaching out to other businesses, other entrepreneurs, and helping them with their business, getting paid from that. Then obviously eventually in the background, as I'm doing these two different businesses, the adult entertainment stuff and working with other businesses, I would also be building my own social media following. I'd be networking with guys. I'd be putting value out there to the marketplace in general, to the social media marketplace in general, so that I start to build up some status for myself as well. Because status is very important. If people know who you are and they know what you can offer, you'll get a lot of leads and prospects coming to you rather than you coming to them. And that is always just the best way of doing things. It really is. Okay. Amazing question though, bro. I hope I helped you out there a little bit. What do you think is the main reason why manifesting takes longer for certain people, assuming the physical work is done properly? I would say that it's personality blocks, it's ego, it's beliefs, honestly, a lot of the time. And the reason why it takes longer for some people is because they don't face the negative sides of manifestation. People think the manifestation is sitting there meditating and going, well, it's supposed to fall into my lap. I'm doing the work, it's supposed to just fall into my lap. Where is it? But you can't make 10K per month just because you're manifesting it and you're recording YouTube videos every day. Or you're doing copywriting every day. Those two things alone don't equate to the reality of 10K per month. What equates to the reality of 10K per month is those two things, right? You're manifesting it, you're visualizing, you believe in yourself, but also the physical action. And on top of it, it's you facing the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Yeah? And the only way that you do that is by facing the negativity process of manifestation. So you will have days where you wake up and everything just goes wrong. You'll have days where you fail, make mistakes, shit happens, you get scammed, whatever. There'll be some sort of negative thing that you're not facing up to right now. Some sort of ego pain that you need to come and look at and think, right, how do I make sure this doesn't happen again? I would say that's why it takes so long for some people, because they're scared of the negative part of manifestation. When I manifested this life for myself, and I truly swear by that, everything that I've got, I saw it in my mind before it even happened. Honestly, I can think back to every single moment in the past when I was broken, had holes in my shoes, where I would just sit at nighttime in the park as I was walking around as well, with the stars above me and the nice cold UK fresh air. I'd sit by the river, I'd close my eyes and I'd just imagine what I wanted my life to be like. I'd imagine the money I wanted in my bank account, all of the things, right? The woman I wanted in my life, everything, the physique, the clothes I'd wear, all the vivid details. I'd really put it into perspective for myself. I'd feel the emotion as if I was already there. And now I'm here. So it absolutely is a real thing. It's very hard to not believe in it when you've done that in real time. But what I did through that process was every single bad day, every single mistake I made, every single failure, every single time I felt negative emotions or my ego got hurt, I'd sit with it. I wouldn't run away from it. I wouldn't lie to myself and pretend that it didn't happen. I would sit with it and I'd analyze how I could get over that obstacle. What could I do to eliminate that negative out of my life to make sure I am a better version of myself the next time I approach a similar situation? And naturally, because I did that, I faced all the negativity alongside this journey. I learned about myself. I learned how I needed to grow. I learned about business. It's not nice hearing that, oh, you're doing something wrong in business. That's not nice when you realize that. But it's only by sitting and admitting that to yourself, right? I'm shit at this. I need to work on my sales and marketing. Cool. It hurts your ego in the moment, but that ego pain is exactly what's growing you to the next level of evolution. And when you grow to the next level, you start to make more money. So I would say right now, bro, sit, analyze what you're running away from in terms of the things you know you need to be doing better. Maybe you need to be going to the gym more. Maybe you're slacking on your diet. Maybe your diet's terrible. Maybe you're just out of shape. Maybe you don't work as hard as you know you can. You lie to yourself and you say, that was enough work today. Maybe you could have pushed yourself even further. Maybe, your thoughts aren't as positive as they could be. Maybe you feed into negativity too often. Could be anything, bro. You need to analyze, you need to sit, realize, and usually negativity is the compass that steers you in the right direction. You need to feel where that pain is coming from and charge at it, and then embrace it, and then learn from it and grow from it. That's what I would say in terms of why it takes longer for some people rather than others, is they're scared of facing the negative side of that process. I hope that makes sense, bro. Cool, let's see. If you were to pick only one income stream besides YouTube or school, which do you pick and why? That is actually a very good question. It depends, right? So you say, if I could only pick one besides YouTube or school, so I'm assuming they're either out of the picture completely or I get to keep those ones as well and I have to only pick one extra. I don't know, but I'm just going to assume I'm only allowed to pick one. I'm not allowed to pick YouTube or school. What would I pick? Well, if my goal was to make money, then I'd pick the adult entertainment industry. If my goal was just to build a long-term life skill that I maybe enjoy more, then I'd pick Forex trading. I love Forex trading. I love sitting down at the markets. I love looking at the charts. I love understanding finances and how the economy works. I love all of that. It's like a video game. It really is fun. The only thing is, it's just not a consistent income stream. It just unless you literally dedicate 12 hours every single day to doing it, then it's very difficult to make it a full-time income stream. It's more so something you tap into to make a bit of money here and there, like good amounts of money, but it's not consistent to say the least. So I would say if I had to pick one income stream, it would be the adult entertainment side of things, just because it's so consistent and it's so easy. Like, bro, it's just the easiest income stream on the planet. So many guys are just throwing money at these girls. It's ridiculous. But okay, let's see. What were the changes you made in detail, whether physical or mental, when you went from minus £120 to consistently making money each month? Thanks, Luke. You're very welcome, bro. What were the changes I made both mentally and physically? I know exactly what it was, and I'll tell you right now because I'm going to bring myself back to that moment. I had minus money in the bank. I was sat in KFC, spending money that I didn't have, planning to go to Thailand to see my girlfriend because I said I'd be out there, right? And I didn't want to just, like, in my mind, there was no other option. So I think that's a big part of it as well. I didn't give myself another option. I didn't even plan for the worst case scenario, as like ludicrous as that sounds, as risky as that sounds. I just thought, no, I am getting to Thailand. I will find a way, one way or another. So it's that indefinite self-belief, number one. I think it's definitely something that I drilled into myself. I just didn't allow myself to feed into any thoughts that were lower than the vibration I wanted to operate on. That's number one in terms of mental. Physical side of things, I was sat in KFC and I was eating a Zinger burger. Zinger burgers are banging, but I love KFC. I was sat in KFC spending money I didn't have because I was in my overdraft. And I think I have about a maximum of £150 in my overdraft at that time in my Santander bank account. So I was spending money and I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm still living in abundance, even though I have literally no money. But I was like, I'm still living in abundance. Let me buy a chicken sandwich, whatever, because I'm hungry. I like KFC, why not? And as I was sat there eating the burger, because I had this idea about video courses for a long time. Like, I should create a video course, right? I wanted to try more things, because at the time I was only doing the one-to-one coaching. And it was really a case of I eat what I kill. I had to hunt for every sale, get paid from it, and then hunt for the next one. It wasn't a reoccurring thing. It wasn't a consistent thing. And quite frankly, it wasn't something I could really do on a mass scale at that level. I just didn't have the knowledge. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have the sales and marketing skills. So I thought, let me just try something new. I have nothing to lose. I'm literally at like rock bottom in terms of income. Let me just try this. I had the idea of video course for so long. So I released initially a pretty boy video course. So I was teaching guys how to get clear skin and have the nice defined jawline and, just be as attractive as possible, basically, in terms of the physique and, their overall physical attractiveness, get rid of acne and all that. I was teaching guys how to do that. And that was a video course I was planning to release. Now, I made the description page on this shitty website. I can't even remember what it was. It was some like free video course creator. It was terrible. And 1 minute. I want to drink all this before it gets cold. And yeah, I was like, okay, I don't know. I just don't really feel like this is the best option. So I cancelled that. I didn't even publish it. And instead, I went onto a website called Kajabi. So I had a 14-day free trial. Oh my God, this was like something out of a movie or something out of, you know, one of them motivational videos where it all just, they pull it off at the last moment. This is what this was. Let me walk you through this, right? Sat in KFC, had the idea of the video course for ages. I then decided in that very moment in KFC, right, how do other people make video courses? I remember I was researching how Hamza did his back in the day, and it gave me this idea. I was like, okay, he used a website called Kajabi.com. The only problem was Kajabi.com costs $200 a month, I believe, to just host anything on there, because it's got like everything built in. You can create video courses, coaching calls, webinars, landing pages. It's actually really, really valuable, but you can create it all in one, so it's quite expensive, right? And at the time, I obviously didn't have that money. Luckily for me, it gave me a 14-day free trial. And in this 14-day free trial, I could create the video course, I could get it out there, I could create a landing page for it, and I could sell it. And this was literally, I think, about a month before I was planning to go to Thailand, right? So I was trying to find a way in literally 30 days to make enough money to not only buy a Thailand flight ticket, which is like 1K, but also, you know, have spending money and just have things that I need to pay for, right? So I had a lot of pressure on my shoulders at this point, and I thought, there's no way I'm giving up. There's no way I'm not going. I've made it, you know, a thing in my brain where I was like, yeah, I will get out there. I'll find a way to do it. I don't know how, but I'm just going to find a way. And that was the real moment in time. I'll get back to the actual story in a sec, but that was the moment now that I always look back on and think, I'll always pull it off. If I can do it back then, anything I face now is piss easy. And that's why I don't worry about anything now as well, you know, because I always look back on the things I've achieved in the past and think, bro, I'm a fucking G. How did I do that? 21, I think I was at the time. 21 years old, pulling that off in real time with no knowledge and barely any experience, just trying shit. And I somehow managed to do it. So I always use that as a reference point. Like, bro, I'll get through anything. I just will. I always find a way to pull it off. If I sit and I'm present in the moment and I try the ideas I've got in my mind and I don't waste time, I'll be fine. I was staying up till 3 a.m. and recording videos on the fucking stolen bike that I used to bury in the front garden of my council estate house in leaves, because obviously it was like people would steal it as well, right? It's like a GTA server, bro. So I was riding around at 3 a.m. on this bike recording videos outside because I didn't want to sleep, because it was kind of wasting time at that point. I didn't have time to sleep, and I didn't want to make too much noise because I lived in my parents' house. So I'd go outside on this stolen bike and record videos. That's how much of a hustle mindset I was in back then. I really missed those days to some degree, you know, because it was, I don't know, it's like, it's the underdog story, do you know what I mean? Now I've kind of made it. I get a bit complacent nowadays, but I eat takeaway and shit. I'm chilling, I'm watching Netflix with my girl. Like, it's this, the hunger is kind of gone, because I'm like, I'll never be broke ever again. It's easy mode now for me. But back then it was like proper in the hustle, do you know what I mean? It puts a smile on my face thinking back to it. But coming back to the main story anyway, I was in KFC and I loaded up Kajabi. I made an account. I launched a 14-day free trial with minus £120 in the bank account. And I thought, right, I'm just going to create a video course. And literally, as I was eating that chicken burger, I practically created the whole thing. I thought to myself, right, what do I want it to be about? What niche do I want to sell this video course on? And I thought, what problems do most young men that are my target audience, you know, like 16 to 25 years old, what problems do these guys struggle with? What problem will most men encounter in their life? What will they run into the most? Then I got the idea. Sexual mastery, right? And I started to sell this sexual mastery video course because I could sell it from both angles. I could sell it from the porn addiction angle. I could help guys quit porn, right? So the guys that don't get laid and they just watch porn all day, I could help them with that. I can help the guys that do get laid, but they struggle with premature ejaculation. I can also help the guys that get laid, but they struggle with erectile dysfunction, and throw in a bit of semen retention as well. I can help you guys on all of this shit, on all the sexual fronts of life, which, you know, practically every single guy on planet Earth will go through at least one of these problems in their life. And you know what? That idea that I had for so long in my brain is why I always tell you guys, I warn you guys, please, please, please. It's the one thing that saved me. Any ideas you guys have in your mind, you need to shorten the time it takes you to take it from the mental realm to the physical realm. You need to be as quick as possible, with actioning on ideas, anything at all. It might be a stupid idea, it might fail, it might be insignificant, but trust me, you're smarter than you think, bro. A lot of these ideas you've got in your mind right now might be the thing that makes you 10K. You just need to try it and stop being a pussy, stop being scared of failure. You live once, why are you scared of things going wrong? At least you can say you've tried. It's experience, right? So I thought, right, this is perfect, because every single guy can relate to this. Every guy right now can see these videos, see this video course that I'm announcing, and think, yeah, I struggle with porn, or I struggle with premature ejaculation, or erectile dysfunction, or I don't know how to do semen retention properly. You know what? I'll just whack them all in a video course. You guys can find it inside this school, actually, in the classroom section, included within your mentorship, membership, whatever. So well done for that. But at the time, I was selling it for $75, which I think was like, after the Stripe fees or whatever, it came to like £45, £50. I think it's something around that. So I was selling it for 75, and I just simply started marketing it. Same day in KFC, I was creating the whole thing, doing the description, sales page. Now, this is the business tip I always give you guys as well. I sold this video course, I made money from it before I even recorded it. So I sold this and I was making constant money from it as a pre-order discounted price, right? Before I even recorded it. So I was a month before I was planning to go to Thailand, right? Put this video course out here, did the description, did the sales page, did the little thumbnails and shit, started to market it, started to sell it to my audience via, I only had YouTube at the time. I think I might have downloaded Instagram again. So yeah, this was just after I quit my little social media detox. So I had Instagram, I was advertising it on Instagram as well, and through Telegram. So all of these different fronts, I was just pumping the link out there saying, hey guys, if you struggle with porn or premature ejaculation, this is the course for you. Boom. And obviously I was an amazing copywriter anyway. I've always been quite good at writing and just wording things. I was always been quite good at that. So naturally the copywriting was really, really good. And when I was selling it to people, they thought, this is amazing, let me buy it, right? So I advertised it as, you can pre-order this now and get it before it drops at a way cheaper price than when it drops, right? So you can secure your spot basically. So I advertised it, I got it out there for $75. I got loads of guys buying it almost instantly. That's why I tell you guys, as soon as you action on the ideas in your mind, the universe will reward you almost instantly. I put it out there and within the same day I was making sales. You know how amazing that felt? Within the same day I was practically out of my overdraft. I only had like 50 quid in my account by the end of the day, but from minus 120 to 50, that's fucking sick, mate. That's really good, right? And that was when I was like, I'm onto something here. This is good. Then I went to Thailand. Obviously, I pulled it off. I got enough sales from that one video course and the few coaching calls I was doing here and there as well to save up and book a flight to Thailand. And then I went over to Thailand, and everything in Thailand is cheap as fuck, so I could survive out there for ages with just a couple of hundred. The video course and coaching calls really popped off when I was in Thailand as well. I think that was because I was just in such an abundant mindset, knowing that I was capable of doing it, number one, but also knowing that I pulled it off. I did it. Like, wow. I was really proud of myself. So I got into this, proper abundant positive flow. And naturally, when you're in that energy, things flow to you back. So I was making loads of sales from one-to-one coaching calls. I was doing coaching calls out in Thailand over the balcony on this apartment we were staying in, looking at the Thailand fucking skyline in Bangkok, taking coaching calls, making literally online money, doing what I wanted to do for ages. So that's when the video course really started to take off for me. And this was the physical side of things, and the mental side of things was I was just more abundant. I believed it was possible. I finally started to see results. So I fed off of that momentum and kept it going. And then when I actually got back was when I started to record the actual video course. So the whole time I was making money from it, there was nothing even there, bro. I didn't even have any videos for it, but I just advertised it as like pre-order. And I think I dropped it in November of the same year. So I went to Thailand in August, I think. I stayed for the whole of August, came back early September. And then, I dropped it in November and it did very, very well. I also started the webcam business in September time as well. So when I got back from Thailand, I started the webcam business too. So, and obviously that took off instantly. That was another idea I had in my brain for ages. Started that, and then within the first night, made 1K in that business alone. So that's when it was no turning back. I felt like a rich man forever. Then I was going to London with my girlfriend, and we were seeing Rolls Royces drive down Savile Row and shit. We were staying in nice places. The Shard, went to the Shard, had a £200 lunch. It was beautiful, mate. That's when I really felt like, I know how to do it. I've got the business game. I've cracked the code. And the first payment I got from the webcam industry was $2,000. I still remember it to this day, $2,000. And I went to JD and I bought, I think, some new shoes and a tracksuit as well. A stupid Nike Tech Fleece tracksuit. I like to wear it like separately. I don't want to wear the whole thing, but I bought that and it cost me altogether, I think, like £250, £300. And that was a lot of money for me back then. But I knew I had the 2,000 coming in, so I was like, this is amazing. I've never even seen over £800 in my bank before, you know, and now I'm getting this amount of money coming in just from the one industry. It's crazy. So yeah, I all started to pick up from there. I you know, rode the wave and the momentum just kept flowing, and it's pretty easy to not go back after that, you know. So that at that point I had like 3 different income streams. I was selling the video course, I was doing the one-to-one coaching, and I had the webcam business as well. And on top of that, we had the OnlyFans and shit and the pay pigs and all the other stuff that comes with it. So that's when it really started to go crazy in terms of money. But that was an amazing question, bro. I appreciate that. Okay, let's keep going. How do you win someone over from a networking / socializing point of view? Interesting. I would say if you want to win someone over, you need to understand their point of view. You need to, because I'm really good. I always talk about being a social chameleon, right? A social chameleon is someone that can get on a level with absolutely anybody. So I've told you guys stories before about how I've been on the council estate. You know, long story short, got into some trouble with these guys and they all surrounded me and threatening to stab me. And, you know, we know where you live. I'll throw a brick through your window. All of this shit. And then by the end of it, we're all friends. And I know every single one of these guys now and we're all cool. And now they'll come up to me and say, listen, bro, if you need anything, let us know. If anyone starts on you, let us know. So I've literally turned it from a complete negative to a complete positive. Just using my words, just using my social skills. Now, and I've done it with the police as well. I remember I got caught for or being on a stolen bike and they were like, oh, we're going to have to detain you. We're going to have to take your details. And just by me talking my way out of it, they're like, okay, we'll let you go. It's a one-off, but just don't do it again. Sweet. No worries, mate. No worries, officer. Have a good day. So in terms of how I do this, and obviously you guys as well, right? Why do you guys watch me? Why do you guys like me? I've won you over in some way, you know? And the way that I've done that is I've put myself in the other person's shoes and I've made it about them. Most people get into social situations and all they're doing is focusing on themselves. What do I look like? What does my hair look like? Do I look, you know, attractive? Do they think I'm cool? Did I say that word in the right way? What's my body language? Do I put my hands in my pockets? Just stop being weird. Just focus on them. Who are they? Get to know them. Be genuinely interested. Right? So there's 2 things I want you to remember because I'll quick fire through these. I don't want to make this too long, like a fucking 5-hour Q&A. But number 1 is put yourself in their shoes. Understand the world from their perspective. So when I was talking to the guys on the council estate, I obviously spoke to them in a different way than I speak to people I've done business deals with, for example, right? Or coaching clients. It's completely different. So you need to understand who you're talking to, how they see the world, and you need to be that chameleon where you can adapt to their way of living and their way of speaking, their slang, etc. Everything. Really understand them. That will make them like you just naturally because people like to be around people that are similar to themselves. I'm not saying you have to change who you are. You just need to tap into a different version of yourself. So I've got the professional version of myself, the business version. I've got the funny, like, you know, silly, laid back, not really caring about life. I've got the wild, drunk version of myself. So if we go on a night out together, you'd enjoy spending time with me like that. I've got the rough council estate version of myself. So it's all these different versions. I'm not changing who I am. These are just part of me and I'm just tapping into them depending on who I'm around. You know, I've spoke to people before. I've had coaching clients that are like 30 years old. They've never spoke to a woman before. They can't hold a sentence together. They stutter all the time. And I know how to talk to them to get them to feel warm around me. It's this understanding of human interaction that puts me in this position of almost being a master socialite is the word I'll use, right? So you need to just understand them. That's number 1. And number 2, you need to play to their ego. Now, I'm not saying be like a beg. Don't be a kiss ass. Don't just blindly compliment them out of nowhere. But just if you notice something that you admire about that person, or you notice something that you respect or like about that person, tell them. Don't be scared of that. I used to do this all the time when I used to go to the gym and I was trying to actually improve my social skills. I used to just compliment people because that is the easiest way of making people like you. Is just be nice to them. It really isn't like rocket science. Just be nice to people. You know, I used to compliment guys on you know, their shoes or something, or their jacket, or like, bro, anything. Or the physique, I used to walk in and you see guys flexing in the mirror, and I've never met the guy before. I'm like, oh bro, you're looking hench, you're looking good. How long have you been training for? Oh, 8 years, whatever. Wow, that's amazing. What advice would you give? Bam, bam, bam. Play to their ego, make them feel special. I don't give a shit what advice he gives me. I'm probably not going to take it. I'm doing my own thing, right? As arrogant as that sounds, because he's, bigger than me, whatever, I probably should listen. But point being is you don't have to actually, be that engaged, but just make it seem like you are. A lot of people, as human beings, we're very selfishly motivated. We don't actually really give a shit too much about other people, right? We're usually selfishly motivated. So you can flip that on its head and make it about them when you're in conversations. I've been on business meetings before, I spoke to coaching clients before, I spoke to police before, and every single time you just have to understand the other person. It's not about you. You have to make them like you. In order to make them like you, you need to understand them. You need to get on their wavelength, get on their frequency, and play to their ego, make them feel good. Because if they feel good around you, every time they interact with you, they feel good about life, good about themselves, good about the interaction they're having with you, you make them laugh, whatever, you're a positive person to be around, naturally, you're going to win them over. You want to get a sale, you want to be friends with them, you want a girlfriend. It's the same with every, social interaction that you have. Just understand human psychology, understand how to read people, understand how to get on a level with people, and just make people feel good. It really is that simple. If you are a positive person, like yourself internally, if you think positive, if you speak positive words, I love life. I love being alive. I walk around and I'm looking at the trees. Like I'm a proper nature nerd. Do you know what I mean? I'm a proper spiritual, hippie at heart. I'll walk around in nature and I'll just be so taken aback by life. I'll look at a tree just blowing in the wind and I'll think, I'm so happy to be alive. Like I'll just get in this proper, almost like a child mindset. That's how grateful I am to be alive. That's a very positive mindset to have, right? So naturally when people spend time with me, that positivity radiates from me to them and they feel good. So you can try and do the same thing for yourself as well. Okay, let's see. How do you flirt with a girl? Something I struggle with. I can talk to girls normally as friends, but I struggle when I try and convey my ideas of flirting and using sexual energy to move it in that direction. See, flirting's an interesting one. It's not something I can directly teach you. It's more something you have to observe and learn in real time. In terms of, is social cues, there's a lot of it. It's social cues, understanding when to say certain things. A lot of it is just being laid back, not taking yourself too seriously. If you're sat there on a date with a girl and you're trembling in your boots, you're literally shaking inside, you're terrified, you're nervous, and you're flirting or trying to flirt from that energy, it's not going to come across as flirty. It's going to come across as just weird and awkward, right? So flirting, it's not something I can teach because it's like you just have to get it. It's just something you just do in the moment. So I would say in terms of how you can actually improve your flirting skills, number one is just try more, right? Number two is learn from people that are good at flirting. Learn from people that are charismatic, that are confident, that can speak well, etc. If you are interested in one-to-one mentorship, you can book that with me and I'd happily come to you in person, no matter where you are. Obviously it's going to be quite pricey, but if you've got a bit of money to spend and you want to observe just being charismatic in real time and how to talk, I can be there with you in person, observe how you do things and say, listen bro, maybe tweak that a little bit, maybe do this a little bit differently. It'll be a lot easier for me to teach you about these kind of things. But I would say really just be present in the moment. Don't think too much about what you're going to say. Forget about pickup lines and all this weird shit. None of that means anything. Like a pickup line isn't going to get you laid because it's forced. It's you're trying to do something, right? Flirting and being good at flirting is just you being charismatic, number one, like normally. So you say you're good at talking to girls normally as friends. Take that same energy, and I think what you're mistaken here is you're trying too hard to be flirtatious and you're trying too hard to escalate it into a more, sexual direction. Whereas if you just incorporate flirting like you normally would as you're speaking to these people as friends, it flows a lot more natural. Flirting is just about being teasy, being a bit cheeky, knowing when to kind of push and pull in terms of that teasiness with a woman, right? If she says something, you can maybe mock her in a respectful way, right? Or you could say something that's obviously clearly a joke, but you're doing it in a different tone. It's very hard for me to actually answer this question because it's something that you just do it, but in terms of how to flirt, again, just be present. understand the girl that you're actually with, understand how she responds to things. You don't want to flirt in a way that might potentially offend her, and she doesn't get it, she doesn't respond to it as flirting, she just sees it as you being a dick, right? You obviously don't want that. But be present in the moment, sit with her, really pay attention to what she's saying, and then attach yourself to one thing that she said and come back with like a flirtatious, cheeky, teasy kind of response to it. Like a jokey response, light-hearted, playful, back and forth kind of thing. That's kind of how it is. But it really is hard for me to teach you, bro, because I can't say, just say this, and like, it's not going to work. It's all a momentary thing. So I would say just practice. That's literally how I did it. I just practice. Simple. Very, very simple. Just talk more, chat shit. It's the same with anything, really. Because flirting is just knowing when to say a certain thing to get a certain reaction out of the person, right? So if you practice social skills as a whole, and you understand people, you understand how to talk to certain people, like I just mentioned with the previous point, and you understand when to say certain things because you're present in the moment, you understand the other person you're talking to, you're genuinely interested in them, you're getting to know them, all of these things will just come naturally to you. I would just say practice your communication skills, practice your overall speech, and practice chatting shit. I've spoken about this in videos before, but 1 minute, bro, I'm getting dehydrated as fuck. We've been going for an hour straight. Feels like 10 minutes. Crazy. But practice chatting shit. I used to have a friend I used to go to the gym with, and he used to do exactly that. He used to just speak to everyone, literally everyone and anyone. Never met the guy before, just come up to him and go, "Hi bro, how's your day going?" And I used to ask him, like, "Do you know that guy?" And he'd be like, "No." That's how I met this one guy. He came up to me randomly out of nowhere and he said, "Hey bro, you're looking good." I'm like, "Oh, thanks mate. Appreciate that. What's your name?" And then obviously the conversation went from there, and then we were good friends. I've been on plenty of night outs with him, we had a good laugh, been to his house before, so that's how easy it can flow if you're just present in the moment and you just practice opening your mouth and literally just saying things. Because I think a lot of you guys, when it comes to flirting, is you're trying to flirt. Flirting is not something you try to do, it just happens. You just got to be present. Trust me, honestly, take that mindset. I know this kind of sounds like shit advice, but take that mindset the next time you're with a woman or the next time you're on a date. Don't think about anything. Literally just turn your brain off, sit there, be with her, listen to what she's saying, and whenever you get a thought in the brain, whenever you get the inclination to say something, just say it. As long as it's not offensive or stupid or it's going to make you look like a mong, just say it. And practice that in your daily life as well. Go speak to the old lady in the park. Go speak to the old guy walking his dog. I had this guy I used to speak to all the time because I used to literally just acknowledge him and say hi when we walked past each other in the park. He used to walk his 3 dogs on one lead. And I used to just go, "All right, mate," as we walked past each other. And then naturally, the more I did that, the more we kept seeing each other. Then one day we actually had a normal conversation about the weather or some bullshit or about his dogs or whatever. But the point being is I was never thinking about what I was going to say. I still don't to this day. I've just freestyled this whole thing for 60 minutes straight. I've got no script. I'm sat here with my little health potion just talking to you. And because I'm in this present flowing mindset, things come to me naturally. If I make a joke, it's not like I've planned the joke. I'm not researching the best jokes to tell on the YouTuber. It just happens. You understand? It's the same with flirting, bro. So just practice saying things, practice opening your mouth and just saying words about anything. You're walking outside and it's cold. "Oh, it's fucking cold today." Just say shit. You know what I mean? Get used to being that charismatic, open energy source. That's the best way I can explain it, bro. I hope that makes sense. And I'm sorry for the shit flirting advice, but it's something you're either going to have to just literally learn yourself obviously you can learn how to be charismatic and confident and more social in this school, but when it comes to actually flirting, what to say and how to flirt, it's more just an energy thing more than anything. I hope that makes sense. This is another good question from Ted Harris. You are banging out the good questions, bro. Right, I'll answer a couple more and then we'll wrap this up. Bro, there's loads. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to just start skipping these, bro. My girlfriend's gonna fall asleep in a minute. Where's it gone? What do you like or find enjoyable in your spare time to have fun and relax from hard work and business? Okay, good question, bro. I like to spend time with my girlfriend or family or just people in general and with no phone, turn my brain. And I'm not saying this is something I successfully do. It's hard for me to do this, by the way, because I'm on constant go mode all of the time, constant work mode all the time. But what I actually enjoy to just relax and chill out, watch some Netflix, watch TV. I like to do things that, are considered lazy in the self-improvement space, that is my relaxation time. So just sitting and watching Netflix and eating shit food, that's fun. I enjoy doing that. That's one of the best ways I like to detox from work, turn my brain off and relax. And I come back after that feeling motivated as fuck. Going for a nice walk, it's nice, relaxed. The gym is actually time off for me as well. Just being in the gym, being present in the gym and not thinking about anything. Sauna and steam room is one of my favorites. I can just sit, meditate, breathe, relax, What else do I do? Honestly, most of my life is just work. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the odd times that I do have time off or actually completely switch off is either when I'm going on a day out, shopping, on a hike, spending time with family or my girl, going on a date, swimming, whenever I ever go swimming, I don't know, not an often thing, but shit like that, do you know what I mean? Just anything where cycling, I love cycling, that's something I used to do. I don't actually have a bike, but I used to obviously rob bikes back in the day and take it for a nice wholesome cycle. So that's something I used to love doing as well. But one of my favourite things to do is just go for a walk in nature. Honestly, I don't think anything will ever beat that. One of the top tier experiences of my life being a human being is just walking in nature. I love it so much. I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, connected to the earth. I told you boys, I'm a proper hippie, proper spiritual hippie deep down in the heart. But, bro, this health potion is spicy, man. Wait until I reveal the ingredients to this. Yeah, shopping, going to the cinema. I love that. I swear I'm addicted to the cinema. That's another way I like to turn my brain off. And eating, just eating food. Okay, let's see what else have we got here. This is an interesting question. How would you, this is Stan asked this question. How would you, purely hypothetically, manage around 4 to 5k that you have in a Polish bank account that your government doesn't know exists? I.e., would you just buy something that stores value, like jewelry or a watch, or put it in crypto or something else? Purely hypothetical though, yeah, of course. Purely hypothetical. I would say, yeah, assets, bro. Put your money into, because that bank account ain't going to do nothing. Especially because the government don't know it exists. What are you going to do with that? Like, it's not going to do anything. Put it into something that's going to appreciate in value. Straight into Bitcoin, bro. I'd put half of it in Bitcoin straight away because I ain't going nowhere. That's going to like 500k one day. Bitcoin's going to the moon. Put some in gold and Bitcoin. That's the two main assets I would say you need to own some of them. Gold, Bitcoin, they're always going to go up because of inflation and because the dollar's going to go down. I would also say, yeah, you could buy a Rolex, maybe. I mean, 4 to 5k probably a bit out of your budget unless you buy a cheaper version, but you could definitely buy some sort of jewelry that you have researched beforehand that you know is going to go up in value. But yeah, I would just say put it in crypto, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Put it in a Phantom wallet, because Phantom wallet is not regulated. You don't need identification to set one up. You just literally launch one, whack it in crypto, and that is a place you can store it where it's going to consistently just grow in value. So that 4 to 5k could turn into 10k just by the places that you store it into. So yeah, definitely store it in crypto. Keep it away from the government. Don't let the tax man know you've got that. I don't know how you've pulled that off, but well done. Let's see. There's so many here, bro. I might have to make a part 2, you know. I'll answer 2 more and then I actually might make a part 2. Because you got some banging questions, boys. I'm not going to lie. We have detoxing from the COVID vaccine. I'm going to make an ebook on that. So I'll whack that out in ebook form. You guys can just save that to your PDF file and read it whenever you want. How do you deal with the haters and negativity in your comments and not let it get to your head? A lot of content creators let hate get to their head, yet it doesn't bother you. You know why it doesn't bother me, bro? Because as arrogant as this sounds, I'm just better than everyone that's hating on me. Like, arrogance has saved me a lot. In a lot of situations that most people crumble, arrogance has saved me. The reason why I didn't procrastinate starting this channel is because I was so arrogant that I thought, you know what, I'm better than everyone else that's doing it. I'm starting one as well. Same with the hate. I think the guys that are hating on me are probably customers in the adult entertainment industry. I'm not gonna lie, I've probably stolen the money a lot of the time, so I don't blame them for hating on me. But quite frankly, I let it feed my ego rather than destroy it. I'm not going to lie, I don't sit and say it never affects me. Sometimes I'll read a hate comment and he's worded it so well that it has actually hurt my ego a little bit, and fair play. There's 2 things I do for this, right? Number 1 is I look to see if there's any truth in it. So I actually see, like, is there, because he's commenting that for a reason, right? He's taking time out of his day to comment that hate or negativity on my content for a reason. So I have to ask myself why that is. Is there some truth in what he's saying? Am I skinny? You know, is my hair looking stupid in that video? What is it that he's hating? Are my teeth mashed up? You know, like, what is it that he's hating on me for? So I think I try and find some sort of truth in the hate comments and see if I can apply that to my life to grow and become a better version of myself. If he's hating on me for something like, oh yeah, but you're skinny, bro. Well, okay, it doesn't get to me because it's not something that I can't control. Like, I'll work on that. Obviously, I'm not going to be skinny forever. We're getting the gains every day. Do you know what I mean? So why would I care about that? If it's something that he's hating on me that I can't control, like on my hairline or my teeth, like I could get braces, but I just don't really care. If he's hating on me for something like that, it just doesn't matter, bro. I'm not going to lie. It used to really affect me. It used to really, really affect me. But I started to just understand that I need to know myself first before putting myself on the internet. I know myself so well, so brutally honestly, that it doesn't matter what anyone else says to me, I'm literally bulletproof. This is the cure to hatred and negativity, is you just need to know yourself. If you know yourself, if you know your weaknesses, and this is why it's good to find the truth in the hate comments, because I'll look at things that people have said about me and I'll take it and I'll grow with it. I'll be like, oh, that is a weakness. I didn't even realize. It hurt my ego, but good, because now I've taken something else I can work on. So I would say, look at yourself in all your entirety, the good, the bad, the ugly, the positive, the negative, everything. Know yourself. If someone hates on me, oh, you're broke, you live in your parents' house. Like, I've had guys literally hate on my old videos saying, yeah, you talk about making 10K per month, but you live in your parents' house. It's like, but I am making 10K per month, so why would that affect me? You know, like, if it was false, fair enough. Like, if I was lying and he was right, then yeah, it probably would hurt. But it's like, a lot of the shit they say is just blatantly untrue. Like, they'll just say stupid shit to try and get to me. And it's like, well, number one, it's not true. And number two, if they say something that's purely about my physical appearance or the way I speak or my teeth or something, like, I just don't care, bro. Because I know myself, and that gives me true confidence. Like, no one can ever affect me because I just know who I want to be. And I know myself, I know my weaknesses. So it's like, cool, I'm working on that. You can hate on me, but it's like, I'm working on it. So why would it bother me? You know, like, you have to kind of go through the phase of it hurting you a little bit before you just come numb to it. Like, it honestly just makes me laugh. I just laugh at them. And I check the profile out and either they've got no profile picture or they have acne. And it's like, okay, then moving on. You know, like, why would I bother? Honestly, arrogance as well is a superpower. This is what I mean. Everything that you have in terms of your emotions can be used in either a bad way or a good way. You just need to find when to tap into certain ones. So I use arrogance because it is a part of the masculine testosterone kind of drive. A lot of you guys will be arrogant as fuck. A lot of you guys will be walking around thinking, I'm the best. I'm the man. No one's better than me. That's a good thing to have, but you need to know when to use it and when not to. So I initially approach hate comments with humility. I look at it and think, is he right? Is there some truth in that? What can I learn from it? Cool, take the lessons from it. And then I put my arrogant mindset on again, and I'm like, well, I'm better than him because he's in my comments, and I make more money than you, and I get more women than you'll ever touch in your entire life, and you've got acne. And then I just kind of, that's obviously probably a negative way of looking at it, to be fair, because I'm just putting more hatred out. But, you know, I like to look at it and think, well, I'm better than these guys, so why would I care about their opinion? And I usually respond to them in either a jokey way, like I'll literally just laugh at myself with them, because I just don't give a shit, or I'll just respond in some sort of like positive, uplifting way. I'll be like, I hope you're all right, bro. Like, what makes you say that? I'll be genuinely curious about them as a person. I won't instantly write them off as a hater or, you know, someone I can disregard. I'll be like, well, what's making him comment that? Let me actually understand. What makes you say that, bro? Some guy will be like, oh, you're skinny. But I'll literally reply, okay, I'm getting in the gym, at least I'm trying. Do you know what I mean? I won't reply with negativity. I won't stir them up. I won't let them get that reaction that they want from me. I'll always reply with this confident, positive persona, because in their head, they're like, honestly, I've turned haters before into fans just by responding positively to them. They're sat there, I fucking hate Luke, making all this money, he's good looking, he's got the jawline. I've had this so many times. Guys will hate on me because of the way I look, because I'm good looking. How am I supposed to feel bad about that? That's amazing, bro. But they'll hate on me like, yeah, well, it's all right for you because you're this and you're that. And I was like, are you okay, bro? they'll just reflect and they'll be like, oh. So I think that's a good way of responding to it, but good question. Let me light that one up, actually. Right, one more, and then I'll do a part 2 for this in the future at some point. What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate, saying that he's on his phone working right when he wakes up and right before he goes to bed? When I was back in my spiritual phase, see, this is the thing, right? Everything in life is a phase. You just go through phases in life. I used to be in my social media detox, never use social media, I was spending a lot of time away from my phone and just really spiritually connecting and just understanding myself. All I used to do was go gym, spend time in nature, spend time with the people I loved, socialize, and like barely ever use my phone, right? That was the phase of my life that I was in. The phase I'm in now is I'm practically like what you've just described. I'm on my phone all day, every single day. All the time, I'm just on my phone, bro. Like, it's very rare for me to actually put my phone in my pocket and not be on it, because there's always just more shit to do. There's just infinite money to make. Why would I ever put it down? It's like an addiction that I've got. I absolutely am addicted to my phone. I will happily admit that. I'm addicted to my phone, but not in the way where I'm scrolling like a monk. I'm addicted to all the opportunities that exist with just this device I've got in my pocket. That's what I'm addicted to. So I'm actually exactly like that now. I never used to be. I've been on both sides of the spectrum, and I simply just think you go through different phases. There might be another phase in my life when I'm a millionaire, and I think, you know what, I'm going to go through another 6 months where I just don't use social media. I'm going to just turn my phone off, go on a meditative retreat in Bali or something, or Thailand, and just go and meditate with the monks. Maybe that'll be another phase I go through, So I would say that is good, but it depends what your goals are. That's it. It's a very simple answer to that question, because there are negatives to being on your phone all day, every day. Of course there are. You're not present in the moment. You're not spending time with your loved ones as much. It's not very good for your brain and for your dopamine receptors and for your eyesight and shit. Like, your overall health, it probably isn't good. But if you're working out every day, keeping yourself in good shape, and you're getting plenty of daylight, I like to be on my phone on the rooftop terrace that I've got in this apartment, so I'm in the sunshine at the same time. So I'm offsetting the negatives to it, but I'm on my phone all day, every day, bro. As soon as I wake up, I like to tone it down a little bit and read first thing in the morning. This is something I literally just implemented today again. I used to do this all the time, but I slipped out of it, so I want to get back into it. I like to do something first away from my phone. So I either go straight to the gym, straight to the roof terrace, and just stare at the buildings in the distance and keep my eyesight strong, or read a book. I like to do something away from the phone first thing in the morning. But for the most part, I'm just on my phone all day, every day, bro. Should you do that? Depends on your goals. My goals are to make as much money as humanly possible, scale up my online businesses, and obviously that is all on my phone. So that is why I'm on my phone all day, every day, because my business, my work is on there. If you went to a 9-to-5 job, you could be like, well, surely going to work in one location, in a box, in a building, and doing the same tasks every day for 12 hours a day, surely there's negatives to that. Well, yeah. But that's your job, right? And it's the same with my business. There's negatives to being on my phone all day, but that is my job. So it's like, it depends what your goals are. Back then, my goals were health and spirituality and mindset and detoxing from dopamine. That was my goal. That's why I never spent time on my phone. But now my goals are simply just to get really, really rich and scale up my businesses. So I spend most of my time on my phone. So it really depends on what your current goals are in life, what it is you're aiming for, and kind of, just keep it balanced, basically. I train hard every day. I go to the gym. I spend plenty of time in daylight. I eat clean for the most part. I'm not vitamin deficient in any way or anything like that. So for the most part, like, overall, I'm healthy. I'm good. It doesn't really affect my mental health because I'm just not in a mindset where I allow it to. I'm happy. I'm having fun. It's aligning with my goals. Back in the day, I used to really struggle with it because I was like, it's just fucking me up mental health wise. But because that was my main goal. But now, this is fun to me. Being on my phone all day, recording videos, talking to you guys, helping you guys, scaling my business up. That is my main goal. It's my main focus. It's fun. So it doesn't affect my mental health because I'm doing something I enjoy, right? And something that's positively productive for me. So depends on your goals. Live life the way you want to live it. Just because Tate does it, don't think, well, I'm just going to blindly follow him and just listen to him. Analyze it for yourself. Analyze, does it align with your current goals and your phase that you're in life? And then work out whether or not it works for you. But cool, I'll probably make a part 2 for this. If any of you guys want any more questions answered, just go find the Q&A post in the general discussion. You can type in Q&A and just go find it. It's the one with like 50 comments. And then go and put your questions down there. I'll make a part 2. But listen, boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. An hour and 20 minutes. What a banging video. I'm going to go upload this as soon as possible for you guys. And I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Boom.